But then we get to the absolute worst part of the video, this sentence right here.
Something that I've been looking at a little bit more, not yet, I want to make that clear, not yet.
This video is sponsored by newspark.io, digital workflow for video production professionals.
Here are some of the biggest YouTubers. They all have over 1 million subscribers and get a crazy amount of views. But what would you say if I told you they're all doing something completely wrong? So today we're going to roast their content and see how we can learn from their mistakes. So let's see who we're going to start with. Spin the wheel. And we're starting off with Iman Gadzi. Now let's spin the wheel to see which of his last 10 videos we're going to be roasting. And it's landed on I'm buying a jet. If you haven't seen this video, here's a quick 10-second rundown on what happens. So basically this video starts off and they're taste testing a secret product. Then he tries on clothes, then goes to a few fancy places with his mate. Then we get to buying the jets, we meet the dealer. He goes into detail about the whole business of having a jet, and that's about it. So straight away he's teased the video and gave the viewer what they wanted from the title and the thumbnail. However, 16 seconds in, we then cut to this slow montage of kind of them on a jet, which doesn't really relate too much to the video and is a lot slower. And at 16 seconds, we haven't engaged the viewer enough to slow down the edit that much. We still need to carry on and build off that intro that we've made. This would work a lot better later on in the video because the audience is more engaged and is going to give your content more time. Straight away at the start of the video, we know that's when a viewer clicks off the most. So we have to keep everything very tight, very fast cut in order to engage them straight away. And then carrying on with the video, we then come to this animation and it all looks great, you know, London to Liverpool, but we see the animation which tells us we're going from London to Liverpool, and then we go into the car and he tells us we're going from London to Liverpool again. Why aren't we combining these two shots? It's not very good for audience retention if we tell someone something's happening and then we tell them again. No one likes to be told something twice. We already know that. So combine the two shots together, have the voiceover whilst the animation is playing, and then it makes the video more engaging and just moves the video on a little bit quicker.
We are in Liverpool.
Then we get on to this whole clothes shopping situation. It's quite entertaining, you know, they're quite funny. But the reason why the viewer clicked on the video was for buying a jet. And we get into 6 minutes of the video and we haven't seen anything about buying a jet yet. And if you're a new viewer just coming into the video, this is going to be a massive red flag for you. You're going to be bored and not give it enough time in order to get to the jets. So I think this whole start of the video that wasn't related to the jets could have been more like 4 to 5 minutes, and then it would just felt a little bit quicker for the audience and they would have got to what they want to see a little bit quicker, and it would have caused less people to click off. But then we get to the absolute worst part of the video, this sentence right here. It ruins the video in my opinion. Maybe that's a bit dramatic, but it really does ruin audience retention.
Something that I've been looking at a little bit more, not yet, I want to make that clear, not yet, but within the next 1 to 2 years.
That just completely tells the viewer that they have been clickbaited. There is not a jet being bought today, and we know that before we've even got to the jet dealership. This sentence alone could cause a lot of people to click off because they're like, oh, he's not going to actually buy a jet here. So if this has been cut and then we find out that he's not actually going to buy a jet when he's in the dealership, we've made the viewer watch 2 minutes or 3 minutes longer because they don't know that yet and they're still watching for the jet and there's still that promise. Whereas you've completely got rid of that promise and the viewer knows that it just doesn't exist in this video and their promises have all been ruined. So we can keep their engagement up by cutting that sentence out and maybe revealing it a bit later on if we have to. But I think that's enough roasting for one YouTuber. Let's move on to the next one.
Before that, let's talk about newspark.io. It's a post-production workflow tool which allows you to easily gather, search, store and publish your video assets.
I've been using it and it's a great asset for video editors and creators to utilize.
Upload your files to send to other video editors or creators, get feedback from them on how the video could be improved, and search for files using keywords from the audio of video files and schedule videos to go live on YouTube.
It's absolutely free to sign up and try out,
so head over to their website and give it a go.
Spin the wheel. And it's landed on Sarah Dici. And let's spin for the video. Why I waited 6 years to buy this lens. Now, quick summary of this video if you haven't seen it. Sarah chats about her new wide-angled lens whilst traveling to Colorado. It's quite a vloggy video, but also has tech information mixed in there about lenses and what she's taking on the trip. So let's break it down. I feel like the information for this video is all dumped at the start. We're told like, oh, this is what's happening, this is where we're going. And I feel like it could be cut a lot shorter and then then we could have a quicker intro, which would mean that less people would click off. And then we explain about the trip to Colorado, what's happening in the vlog as we start packing. And then it would just mean that the start is more engaging and the middle part of the video is more engaging because there's more to explain. If you've explained everything at the start and just dumped all your information there's not as much information to talk about and as much content in the middle. So I think we could make both parts of the video better there by making that small adjustment. And I know this is a roast, but at 2:54, I really like this shot. It's really creative. It's a second angle of her vlogging. When we're reviewing a camera or a lens, often the actual video is shot on the camera that's being reviewed. Whereas having a second camera, you get to see what the lens looks like. You get to see how it fits on the camera and everything. It's quite a small thing, but makes a big difference. But back to roasting, 2 seconds later, she then reveals that she's rented every Sony wide-angle lens. And this is huge for the video because the viewer is going to get so much content and learn so much about those lenses. However, if they don't make it through the first 3 minutes of the video, they don't know that. So this is a key point that should have been in the intro. I know I was saying make the intro shorter, but sometimes these vital points have to be in the intro and you just can't get away from that. And the rest of this video is quite creative because it has 2 different storylines of going to Colorado and talking about the lens, which engages people twice as much because there's 2 things to pay attention to. The rest of this video is pretty good. So we're gonna move on to the next YouTuber who we're roasting. Spin the wheel again. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? David Dobr, an absolute classic YouTuber. He hasn't made a video in a while, but let's see which video we're going to be breaking down. And we've landed on hot tub with international model. Interesting. So this video hops around a lot. We start with skimboarding, then traveling to see 50 Cent, to a skate park, to the hot tub, and then we transition to an emotional scene about a guy who's made a company and had an incredible body transformation, to an absolute classic Tesla giveaway. You know, you can't have a David Dobr video without that, can you? Now this video opens with the skimboarding scene and it feels a bit random. It doesn't connect to any other part of the video, really. To my knowledge, I don't think I even know who the person is skimboarding. So I would start this video at the 50 Cent scene. I think that's so much more engaging. It's a really wow moment and really engage the viewer rather than the skimboarding, which is cool, but feels a bit random. And I'm not even sure it would engage the viewer that much. 50 Cent is way bigger than skimboarding, come on. I mean, who even skimboards? But one thing you can't knock David Dobrik's videos for is the music. He always picks incredible music. Unfortunately, I can't play it in this video because it's copyrighted. It always fits the scene so well and really gives the viewer the right emotion to feel. I'll be honest, this video is really hard to roast. The edit is actually really tight. Everything moves on very quickly, sometimes maybe too quickly, but I would actually say the ending is really, really great. We have this amazing song and we end on a real high. The viewer with that amazing feeling, and then they want to see another one of your videos when it next comes out, or maybe they'll even go and look back through your old videos to watch another one because it was that good. But it's that time of the video again to spin the wheel. Who are we going to get this time? It's the Sidemen, and let's spin to see which video we're going to be breaking down. World's smallest car versus biggest car. This is going to be an interesting one because the Sidemen have such different videos and they are over an hour and so different to David Dobrik's videos, which are so short, so fast. So let's compare. But just before that, quickly back to newspark.io. It replaces multiple services video editors use every single day,
saving you time and money with online footage storage, video feedback, video scheduling, all in one subscription. And if you want to sign up for a paid version with extra features,
use the code JOEDITS to get your first paid month for free. Thank you to newspark.io for making this video possible and supporting the channel. Again, intros. We know they are so important, and I know this video is over an hour, but the intro is still so important. And I really like the animation that we have here, but I think we can cut it and get straight into the video and not have this small animation. I know it's only small and it's only a couple of seconds, but it does make a difference in an intro. The production is great, how they always keep the viewer guessing with the small envelopes, the big envelopes. Are they going to get the small car? Are they going to get the big car? And the viewer doesn't know until like 10 minutes in, which is crazy good for attention because you're already, even for the viewers to find out who is on what team, you're holding their attention for a long time already, even if they only watch that part of the video. And I do like these style of animations that are in the corner, but they're a little bit small for me. When you're watching it on full screen, you can kind of see, but you can't really see any detail. I would have either blown them up full screen and shown them quickly, or maybe could have done a split screen, or even just got rid of them all together. I think at the moment they're not really serving any purpose, so they either need to be bigger or they're just not needed and we could get rid of them. But if you actually want to learn about what the Sidemen are doing right with their editing and how they are getting viewers to watch for over an hour, which is crazy on YouTube, click this video right here.